But there is a difference between the agenda of immigrants. For example, you have maybe 2-3 million Algerians in France. But the Algerians in France are not occupying France slowly, and kicking out the French away. It's important for me to realize, for us also Palestinians to realize, also for the non-Palestinian who don't know much probably, that this, what we are suffering from today has started almost 100 years ago. Meaning that, the Jewish settlers, there are many immigrants. Okay, there are many immigrants to go to Europe. Many immigrants, we are not anti-immigrants as such, because I think people have to open their borders to immigrants because they are coming from wars. But there is a difference between the agenda of immigrants. For example, you have maybe 2-3 million Algerians in France. But the Algerians in France are not occupying France slowly, and kicking out the French away. None of the immigrants, the Indians, we see an Indian prime minister in Britain, true. But the Israelis, the Jewish settlers, the Jewish immigrants they were Zionists, and they came to create a state above us, to create a Jewish state. And this is the problem. It's not like a state where we can share it with the Palestinian. They are coming to Palestine, which had a majority Palestinians, and they want to have an exclusively Jewish state. How is that going to happen? Let's say that we want to, the Mexicans want to go to France and make a Mexican state, exclusively Mexicans. Well, obviously they're going to kick all the French, or the other way around. So the thing is, what I tried to say, that what I am witnessing now in Ramallah with the settlers in Hebron, in all over the West Bank, are exactly acting the way they acted against people in Jaffa. Not only that, the 3,000 people who remained in Jaffa are in the streets today demonstrating against being kicked out of their homes. From the 120,000, there were 3,000 people who remained for the last 70 plus years. And today, as I am talking to you, the Israelis have decided to kick them out of their homes. So what I meant by these conversations is, one, to show the challenge that is facing us, that this is a colonial settler state that does not stop. They want to take our land, and they don't want us on this land. And the conversation we are having as Palestinians, how to resist this kind of colonization, started in the 30s. We went in a big strike in 1936, in 1939, and it didn't work. We used peaceful methods because we didn't also have any weapons through all our history. We used peaceful, nothing works. So I want to recapture the similarities of what happened to us in 1948 and what's happening to us right now.